All right. Hey, Peg. Nice to see you out there. I'm just trying to play around with this again and figure out what the heck I'm doing. Do you know if there's, what I'm doing, Peg, is I'm just going to the, I guess it's the beta site, clicking the little camera icon at the top and choosing go live. And then it takes me into a very small setup. And boom, bang, bing, I'm online live, but I'm backwards still. What you are seeing is the true images of what's here, but what I'm seeing is a mirror image, and it's really disturbing when I try to pick something up and try to show you. Well, that's not too bad. Something with text, I guess. It's just, it's backwards to me. And then see where I'm trying to reach to get it in frame. It's the opposite of, you know what I mean? It's the opposite. Any ideas? I did see somebody did a real short 1-minute video, the camera software to fix it. All right, let me futz around with that and see if I can figure that out. Advanced settings. Brightness, contrast, intensity, white balance, anti-flicker. That's just about the device information. Webcam control. I don't see anything in there that would have to do with any kind of mirror image kind of setting or anything like that. It's a Logitech C930 is what I'm using. Hey, Mandy. South Wales, welcome. Hey, Kat. Trying to figure out any kind of settings that I can get my the image that I'm looking at is a mirror image of what you're seeing, and it's very awkward when I go to show you something, and it just really disrupts my rhythm. So I was trying to figure out how the hell I can fix that. I watched a tiny little YouTube, a minute long, I think it was, and she mentioned that there's a wand icon at the top of the screen, but it isn't on my window. And yours is in the settings. Well, how the hell is it called? Like a mirror image setting, Peg? Sorry, anybody that watches this on YouTube, might be a few minutes here. I'm just trying to learn how to YouTube live, and I'm apparently not, on my camera settings, I've got the focus, the autofocus, and zooming in and out on my webcam control. And then I go to advanced settings. Hey, Marianne. I go to advanced settings and I have brightness, contrast, color intensity, white balance, and anti-flicker. And an option to restore to default. And that's all I got. I go under device information tab, and that's just information about my camera. Firmware, product ID, all that stuff. It's very frustrating. I know enough to be dangerous. I streamed for years, and that was like second nature, but now that they're giving us the old heave-ho, I will say that getting on live is much easier now than it was when I first tried this a couple of years ago. But I'm using this beta version that's out now, and it's like almost too simple. Kind of like me. But yeah, and on the window that I'm using, Peg, I'm going to show you this. Does this look like what you're using? Oops. See, now it's backwards for me, so I can't really. Look, I have an infinity thing going there. But that's what my window looks like. That's all I have on there. I don't see the wand icon, which is on the screen that I watched that YouTube video on. It was up by the red live box in the upper left. And there's not many other controls. I mean, there's hardly anything there on this page to control it. And when I pull up hang on, let me pull back up my camera software. All right, Peg, I don't know if you can see this forwards or backwards, but here's my camera software. Right, that's all I have on this page. I go to advanced, and that's all I have there. And I go here, and it's just device information. There's nothing that you can edit there or change. So basically, it's zoom in and out, focus for a long distance or close up, or autofocus. That's all I got. Hey, Picola. I use 2 screens, the Google Hangout and the YouTube controls. I don't even know how you access both of those with what I'm seeing with the beta site. So I guess I'll just be flying by the seat of my pants a little later. Sometime, Peg, when you get those, when you're doing that, would you mind sending me a screenshot of what you're looking at? I don't know. I've always, when I did Ustream, I watched 3 windows all the time. The camera, what was going on live, what a browser for what everybody was seeing with the delay in it, because it's a much bigger delay on Ustream. And then my camera software that I just showed you for the settings. And I'd watch those 3 windows. But when I go, let me try something else here. Sorry, guys, this is a learning experience. So I'm going to get to mounting some of this Yupo, watercolor on Yupo to some Cradled boards. That's what I'm trying to get done today. But in the meantime, hang on. My channel, YouTube beta. Hang on. Now, I can't see chat while I'm doing this. Unfortunately. Settings. YouTube beta. Now, I wonder if I pick the Creator Studio Classic, if I'm going to lose this. I don't know. I'm going to try it and see what happens. Oh, Lord, let's see what happens there. Pop back over here and see what I'm missing. Hey, Joan. You know what? I don't know. It was I Googled it, and a 1-minute video came up. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Here it is, how to flip mirror image. But it's basically, this video is saying, and of course it looks backwards to you. I mean, it looks, I don't know, it looks backwards to me. So it looks straight on my computer. This is so confusing. Hey, Amalia. You might need more light. More light for, in general, you mean, for the camera? The picture that I'm seeing looks really good. I'm not sure where you mean there, Amalia. What I'm trying to fix is what you guys are seeing is the orientation is correct. But what I'm seeing on my broadcast window is a mirror image. So when I reach for my computer, it's on my left. This is my left hand. To me, that looks like it's on the opposite side. It looks like a mirror image. That looks like my right hand moving. So everything I'm watching and reaching for is ass backwards. But anyway, on this little video, hang on. Turn it this way so I can get a little bit bigger. So in her window, in this video, there's a little wand icon up there, which has settings in it. And it's kind of, see, it's backwards. I'm moving the wrong way again. You can't really see it because it's under that other icon right now. Oh no, it's in the wrong side. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. It's right up there. And the next to her icon. Oh my God, this is so disturbing with this backwards. It's so awkward. See the wand right there? That's what she says to click on, and it pops up a menu, and she can flip. What she's seeing is backwards here, or what you would be seeing is backwards. I have the opposite problem. What I'm seeing is backwards. You guys are seeing it oriented correctly. Like when I put this up here, that whole label is a mirror image to me. It's backwards. I'm reading everything backwards. Anyway, there's my dilemma. But I'm live now, so I don't want to bore everybody stiff. But it's hard to get on here to test something because as soon as you get on, people start coming in, and then they're bored out of their skulls when you're trying to figure something out. Hey, Andrea. Oh, and Paul's on too. Ha! Joan and Paul. Hey. Can't wait to see you guys again. All right, so let's get going. I need to make another, one of these for somebody. So I was going to make 2 little boards like this. Hey, Sean. Amalia's coming this year. Hey, Jean. Hey, Jean, I see you're coming up as moderator, which I don't mind at all, but I didn't know that you were moderator. Oh, you know what? Maybe when I did YouTube Live a couple of years ago, that's hung up in the settings, that's fine. If you're okay with that, I'm fine with that. But in your experience, Jean, so here's what we were just talking about. What I'm looking at on my computer screen is the reverse mirror image of what you all are seeing and what's on my desk. And it's really awkward. And I was trying to figure out how to change that, but the window that I'm in and my camera settings have nothing to do with that anywhere that I can find. I think Dorothy was saying, nah, it's just the way it is and you got to live with it. Yes, it is mirror for you, and YouTube flips it for us. Why is that? Why can't that be fixed? Somebody else that was doing lives didn't know what I was talking about because they saw what they saw. That's why I use Manicam, because I can watch it in normal screen. Oh, I'll make a note of that. Maybe I'll have to download that and try it. Manicam. Hey, Rihanna. Oh, the encoder is what flips it. Yeah, the first time I tried this, I had to download the encoder, and I know enough to be dangerous, man. I finally got it working, but I thought, oh, hell no, Ustream is a lot easier. Well, bye-bye Ustream. So, but at least now you don't need the encoder. And I can get up and running on YouTube Live like that. I just can't, it's backwards and I can't control anything else. Anyway, let's push on, shall we? Let's do something, even if it's backwards. So I have two boards, this smaller size, rather than one big one that I've been doing. I thought that might be different to do. Right, the selfie camera, yeah. Yeah, I know. And Cam has a sale and lifetime participation at the moment. Oh, cool. I'll look into that when we get done here. All right, so what I'm going to do is try to pick out, I want to do it in this color scheme, obviously. So I want to pick out, I kind of like this one with the gauzy bits in there. Oh, see, it's backwards now. I don't know which way I'm reaching. All right, this kind of stuff. I think I could break it up so I could get maybe some of this bit and some of this cool spot here on a piece. And then maybe this is really cool up here. Maybe I could do that and get those both on a piece like that. I could do that. And then this, I was going to use this one, but gosh, that whenever I see my screen, that rose gold flashes like it's illuminated. Now there's some gloss on here because I sprayed it, but you can see where the rose gold really is popping it. That stuff is crazy. Patty, I keep telling you, go towards your left. My other left. Oh my God. So I got 61 years of doing it the one way. Now I got to look and try to figure it out backwards. This one I always liked, but are these enough alike that they would look like a set-ish? This one kind of looks like an angel wing, and that's just how that was lunar black, and that's just how it moved on the Yupo. You know, when you do the watercolor on the Yupo, it just sits on the top. It doesn't soak in. Yes. How does the snow look at your side? Snow. It's 105 heat index here today, which, by the way, is 5 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. So, yeah, that's why on 4th of July, I'm in here in my basement in the air conditioning doing this. Can't do the 105 stuff anymore. So I think I'll use this one. Oh, here's another one. All right, now, well, that one kept going. Oh, yeah, you guys have winter now. Now I got to pick out which trim I'm going to put in there. I don't know. We might try this to be something different. And then I have, these have that, this is just black corrugate, and it's got that Pacific Lagoon watercolor that I make out of those creamer pigments. But I think I'm going to put a second, you know what? That's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to put a second coat of that on here and let that dry so I can get a better feel for what that color is going to look like. So hold the phone for just a minute. Let me find that. Hello. The #1 sales lady on YouTube. Thank you. Too bad I don't get a commission. Yeah. Oh, here's the rose gold. I could use that too because there's rose gold in all of them. All right, we'll see. So let me find the brush. This one might be too big for this pan. Is it? Yeah, kind of, sort of. That one flat brush I have is too big. Oh, here, what's this? Oh, it's not flat. What the hell am I looking at? All right, let's just color this one. All right, so I'm just going to lay a second coat of this Pacific Lagoon. Looks like it's clear white right there, but it's got a whole lot of yumminess in there. You can see this. It's this one right here. See how it looks on white and on black? I'm trying to get it to show where it goes purple. And it won't pick it up that well. And of course, I'm moving backwards again. Oh, that's disturbing. I'm going to have to try that minicam thing. That's going to drive me bonkers. Did Zan steal Oakley? She did not. I think she was happy to get away from him. He's cute online, but he's a handful, little rascal. Now, I don't know if this is going to move what's under here and make this less pigmented, or if it's going to let me kind of glaze over it and give it more of this. I don't know. Let's just stick to the top here and see what happens. Everything's an experiment with me. Xander did help us train him. We're working on him with greetings when people come up to him. When it's just us in the house and one of us comes home, he's fine. He's wiggy. He comes up to us, you know, and he's like, oh, yeah, you're home. But when somebody different comes in the house, bonkers, and wants to jump, we got to break him of that, because I'm going to have 20-some people in the house at the end of July when all the ladies and Paul and another gentleman is coming, actually. When they come to the house the night before the retreat, we do a cookout here. And I can't have him jumping up on people. And I don't want him to be in the crate the whole time everybody's here, because everybody wants to meet him. But, oh, lordy. When we do it in class, we take him to training. And when we do it in class, they laugh and say, Patty, I think you're pulling our leg because he's perfect in class. I'm like, yep, I know it. I know he is. Not so much when he's home, the little rascal. I'm going to do another little layer deep on that. I'm getting more and more like that, Rihanna, with liking the cold more. I can't tolerate the heat. Now, when I was younger, and actually it's before the whole cancer thing, right? I hate to bring that up, but it is. It just, chemo changed my skin, and everything changed my tolerance of the heat. I went into chemo-induced menopause and have god-awful hot flashes. It's almost 12 years out, and they are a little bit better now, but still not great. But when it's 105 and you're having hot flashes on top of it, shoot me now. Oh, I just as soon have to miss out on all the things I loved all my life, because it's just miserable. And I mean, if we'd have a party or something to go to, I would go. But, oh, lordy. UCam app. I'll look at that one too. Yeah, that's right, Jean. Nobody needs to be seeing that when it comes to me. I love this color. This is one of those, I don't know what they call them. Sometimes they always have the word magic. In the name for the creamer pigments that flip colors as you move them on different angles in the light. This one's I think it's called Magic Pacific Lagoon. And they, yeah, I'm talking about the creamer pigments, Andre, and what they call them. They have their own little branding name for them. Oh, Rihanna, I could take down an igloo. Trust me. I could take an igloo down with my hot flashes when I have not. Now, God bless me, I don't have them as bad as I used to. But, whew. It was not pretty. I don't know how much of this I'm just moving around or how much more is getting added. I love the no lag on here, though, or maybe it's a lag of about a second, but that's about it. The other day, and I think it was during the World Cup, I don't know if you were on or not, Jean, when I streamed. The lag was ridiculous, and so ridiculous to the point that I thought, I'm going to time this, because this, I'd be doing something, and I'd look over at what the viewers in chat were seeing when it was live, and I thought, what in the hell is that? Did I even do that? And I timed it. It was almost 7 minutes lag from what I did now to what you saw when you saw it. It was almost 7 minutes. I forget, it was 6 minutes and 40 some seconds or something like that. But that is crazy. That makes it really hard to stream and keep up with, make it sound, you know, okay for everybody. All right. I think that's pretty good. Watch, I'll do this and end up going with the rose gold one. All right. Now this will have to sit and dry a little bit. That got a little more pigment on there. And when it dries, you'll be able to see that shift. In person, that shifts when you see that like grayish color, that's actually purple. It goes from a turquoise purple, and then sometimes you see a little bit of green in there. Try it this way. Anywho, you can dry. This I'm going to put away and get out of my space here. Yeah, I think they were really doing their best to get everybody pushed out of there. They just made it really miserable. This one really flashes purple. I don't want that. I don't want that to show up. That's a little rascal. I think Mr. Oakley's coming down now with his daddy. You got Okie too, hon? Mm-hmm. When you come back in, let him come over to me and see if I can get his little noggin up here in the camera. Oh. I can't get him up on my desk anymore. Yeah, the last few times I streamed, it was not pretty. I can tell you that. So now I'm going to decide which of these. I think I'm going to use this one and cut 2 pieces. So I get some of this gauzy bits, you know, down both sides there. Although this, well, that'll get in there. That right there is really cool, I think. It's so cool the way this stuff moves on Yupo. You can just set it down after you do it, and you go look at it later, and it's different. It's just all depending on, you know, how some pigments and how they're made, the watercolors are made, like some of the core stuff, like the dioxazine purple really pushes and bosses the other colors around. You go back to look at it, and it doesn't look like at all how you laid it down to dry. I'm looking for my ruler. Pardon my reach. Okie dokie do. Come here, honey. Let's try something without being too much of a crazy person. Let's see if I can get my little Oakley's head up here. Come here, Bubba. No. Come here. Let me see. Let me see this baby. Let me see this baby. There's his paws. Oh my goodness. There's his head. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? I know. Like, where am I? Where are all these wonderful things? It's like, hey everybody, Oakley here. There he is. Here, my Bubba. He's still so little. He's almost, I bet he's 45 or 48 pounds now. He's almost as tall as Babe is. Hey, oh, April, you're in Poland. Cool. You made it. Hi, Branson. Oh my God, he's a mess. So let me see. I'm going to pay attention to myself here a minute. I always end up hosing something up. That's a weird size. For Pete's sakes, that's... Five and not quite 7/8. 5 7/8 minus a little smidge. Why can't they just make these an even size? Wiggy, wiggy, wiggy. That's him, Kim. And here, this is just shy of 11 3/4. So, I'm going to get... Now, I also got to figure out... Oh, how am I going to do that? Put little skinny strips on the top and bottom of the corrugate. I don't know about that. I like to sometimes cut this in half and put the corrugate in the middle. I'll show you one. Put the corrugate. You guys, our regulars would have seen this already. But this is how I like to do them. And I guess it just, to my eye, it looks better. I've done them down the sides on the top and bottom before, but I kind of like it in the middle like that. Right. Now, this is a bigger board. But I do like it in the middle. Hey, Dorothy. Oh, hey, Kathy. Muggy. Oh, my gosh. Where are you, Kathy? It's 105 heat index here, which yesterday it was 110. All right. So if I had to do... And that's 11. So I've only got 3/4. Southeast Michigan. Yeah, we're at 105 today. But like I said, a lot cooler than yesterday, 110. 3/4, so that's 6/8. So that's too skinny. 3/8 is too skinny. I can trim some of this off. You know, I could do that. All right, let's first make the cuts. Five, 7/8. All right, let's just do it on the cutter. Oh, almost. Hey, Debbie. Welcome. This piece here, I definitely want that little fan in there. I don't know that I want this real dark bit down here. I do, April. For just about all of them, I had videos, I think. Probably several months ago now. There was, when we first got the puppy, and there was other stuff going on that I didn't stream for a good while. And it was before that lull. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to find them. You usually tell by the thumbnail. Definitely want that bit in there. All right, let's do this. Let's take, let me say 5 7/8. And let's take like 6 1/4. Just so I got a little bit to play with here. Yeah, see that little strip at the top and bottom? That's not going to be good. Not going to be good. So let's, all right, let's take off the edge here. I don't like that dark edge. I didn't think I would, and I was right. That should be about right like that. Patty, order that watercolor binder medium from Natural Pigment website. We'll get it Friday. Oh, cool. I did etch my board, my glass, Debbie, with that, I forget what they even called it, that gritty stuff that you use to make it rough so you got grinding surface on it. All right, now I'm going to take a little tiny smidge off of here to get rid of this little white bit. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I want to get rid of that. I'm going to cut this in half and do it in the middle. It's too, I want to get rid of that edge too. And now let's see what this is. This is now okie dokie. Hang on a minute. Let's call that 11. So that would be 5 1/2, right? 11 is 5 1/2. And a little teeny tiny smidge. But I might take even more of that off because that's still going to only give me 3/4 of an inch. Hey Denise, it's a lot of brain power trying to figure this stuff out. So if what part of that do I like the least? The bottom. This part's pretty cool with that lunar black and the rose gold. This isn't doing a whole lot for me. So if I have 3/4, so I want to take another 3/4 off of there. Watch, I'll hack this sucker up till I'll screw it up on one of these measurements and won't be able to use it. So now we are just shy of 10. I'm going to make that 10. I'm just going to take that little sliver off of there, make that 10, cut it at 5. Now, let's see what we got. So if I do this, a lack of that and lack of that. I like to kind of dry fit it. Let's see what the heck I got here. So that's 1 3/4. All right. Thanks, Peg. Thanks for dropping by. I'm going to try one of those apps. We'll try that. So the backward stuff is driving me cray. All right. Let's see. Do I want to use this or do I want to use the rose gold? Oh, you know what? I think the rose gold brightens it up more. I think this, well, let me do it this way so it looks like what it's going to look like. Well, I do it this way. Now, you know those are my colors, but I don't think that really pops anything there. You guys agree? It just kind of like it's, yeah, it's cool, it's pretty, but it's just sort of there. But if I do this, I think that's, come on. I think that would be, brighten it up, and it would match the rose gold that's in both of these. Why do I bother? I go back to the rose gold every time. So I need, what did I say? 1 3/4. Yeah, 1 3/4. Yeah, kind of, Dad. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, so I want 1 3/4, which is right about there. Then how wide was that? 5, just shy of 5 7/8. So both of those ends are a little funky right there. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. 5 7/8. All right, let's see what we got. Patty, are you selling these anywhere? Not currently, Kathy. If you're really interested in something, you can drop me a line and tell me like your colors and stuff, and I'll try to make something for you if that's what you're interested in. But currently, I don't really have time to just make them. And you know, when you put them out on Etsy, they might sit there for a while. And usually, if somebody wants something, I just tell them to contact me and give me an idea, and I'll try to make that happen. This is a little tiny, like half of a corrugate needs to come off of there. Nope. That should do it. Okay. All right. Let's get that puppy off to the side, and we'll do all the gluing at once. Hey, Helen. Oh, thanks, Helen. It's hot here. It's 105 Fahrenheit heat index today, which is cooled down from yesterday. Believe it or not. Okay, so this I want to capture. So I want to make sure and see if there's anything on either of these little edges I can live without, and I can live without it. So this is, how much is this? Let's take, what is this? 7 3/4. So let's take that down to 7. I wanted 3/4 to come off of there. And then now I want this to be, hey Eileen, 87 in Florida. I think the world's flipped upside down or something. What the hell? 5 7/8 and a little shy. So let's go there. Now, is that where I want to take it from? Do I want that dark bit on? See, I have this one little dark bit right down here. So would it be cool to have that on the opposite side of one? I think so. All right, let's do this. I'm going to trim this because see some of this exposed a little white over here. I'm going to get rid of that right there. And let's see what else. So this needs to be just shy of 5 7/8. Make that cut. These make cute little bookmarks. To use a fixative for Yupo. I usually use matte medium, and I bought some spray adhesive to try too. If I can put my hands on it. There it is. I use Kmart varnish to seal everything, but to adhere it, I might try this time. That's going to be a mess. How the hell am I going to do that in here without strangulating myself? But yeah, the Kmart varnish is what I use to spray the watercolors with. It's for watercolor. Of course, now it's backwards. The words are backwards. The way I'm moving it is backwards to me. But right here it says for watercolor. And it actually works great. So, where was I? Did I cut that to 5 7/8? A little shy. I did. Now is it? Watch this board measure differently. Okay. So, how tall are each of these? I got to cut this in half, which means I'm going to lose a little bit of somewhere or something. And I want to see what I want to lose. Oh, I'm not in for any heat gun today. Jesus, all I gotta do is walk outside. My hair catches on fire. So that's 5. So I need 2 5-inch segments, and this is 11. So I need to lose a 1/2 inch twice, or just an inch somewhere. And I think I'm okay with just whacking it off an inch there. I believe. I don't think that's going to hurt my feelings. Done. All right, cut this one in half. at 5. All right. So now we'll have this. What about doing off center? Oops, too late. I mean, that's always a thought to do, to make it kind of asymmetric. See, sometimes Yupo, when you cut it, see that little edge right there? That's like the underneath coating on the Yupo that doesn't, even as sharp as this is, and this bad boy is sharp, let me tell you. Sometimes it just doesn't pull that out. There we go. Now I got it. See that little sliver? That's better. All right, let's dry fit this puppy. That's still a little, just a hair too wide. And I don't want it to catch, you know, when you're handling this, I don't want it to catch on the side and eventually wiggle it loose. There, that's better. This I can. That's better. Let's see what this one's doing. Yep, I got to take a little hair off of that one too. These boards must be like not perfect. Imagine that. Couldn't possibly be me. Oh. Hey. Oh, now see what happened there? See that little piece of the stuff hanging off of there? That's the only thing that I don't like about Yupo. Starting to peel off. And it's kind of rubbery. It's a little rascal to try to cut that off of there. There, I think I got it. How do you like that? All right, now where's my rose gold? It's over here. And I need, that should be 1 1/4 inches. 1 3/4 inches. Watch me. You see that? Almost hosed that up. Here's my big celebration of the 4th. Having iced tea with some of my mint, sweet mint that I'm growing. That's as close to a picnic as is going to happen around here today. I can tell you that right now. Plus, we're having some construction done in the back outside. We're having a A-frame roof put over the existing deck, and then the existing deck we're having extended by 12 feet. So the grills and the big umbrella, I'll have like a 13-foot umbrella on an articulating arm thing that covers the whole table that had 6 big chairs around it. I mean, covered the whole thing. It's a big umbrella. But we're going to have to move that out on the exposed area now. And the grills are going to go out. Like if this is the end of the deck, the grills are going to go in like an L shape here. And where you come to the existing deck, we're going to build a table or a divider. It steps up. We're going to build a divider out here. We have a piece of granite that's about 2.5 feet wide by 6 feet long. That was a mistake when somebody went to install it upstairs on the bar. They had the Giallo Fiorito, but they had the gray vein instead of the golden vein. Did not match. So now we have a $1,000 boo-boo sitting down in the basement. So we thought we'd take that piece of granite and put it out here. So that'll kind of make this like an L-shaped or U-shaped kind of kitchen with the grill, a grill, and then this counter. Even if we have a cookout, we can use it to set out like a buffet. Right? And then this back part towards the house is going to have the A-frame roof over it with ceiling fans in it. And we'll have to get some furniture to put out there. But we want to put a cable connection out there so we can take a TV out and, you know, watch a game or whatever we want to do. That's the plan. So that kind of hosed us up for festivities this year, too. I'm hoping it's done by the art weekend. As long as Dave can get to the grills, we can function. We can function if we can get get him to the grills. Even if he's got to walk a tightrope and wear a hard hat. We can get him out there, we're good. So that was 5 3/4 and a little shy, right? All right, let's get this out of the way. I did try to take a little, well, it's just a mess. I mean, they're doing some demo and digging the footers and all that stuff now. So any pictures are not pretty, but I did I have it on here? Yeah, you can't tell anything by this. You can't tell. You can see the existing deck is the gray, and where it's going to step up and there's going to be an extension. See the footer holes down there they're digging? That's the little stone wall that Oakley was standing on when he was a little tiny baby that I do those videos from that picture. Hey, it doesn't look like that then, but there's all their materials out in the driveway. Grills and chairs and deck box are all shoved up against the house. So you can't really tell what's happening. There's the sunroom adjacent to it and the house. But looks weird to me because, again, everything is backwards from how it should be. But anyway, that's an idea. Not pretty at the moment. Okay, so now do I want to try to spray these? And if I do, what kind of mess is that going to give me? And will I have to do it off camera? Hey, Sarah. From Modesto. Welcome. Okay, let me get some of this stuff out of the way. A little scraps. I'm deciding how I want to glue these. Do I want to spray it? Take a chance with a spray. I haven't done that before. But somebody, who was it that recommended doing it that way? Bratty Patty. Hello. I tap my fingers when I'm thinking. It kind of sends a signal to my brain somehow. Do I want to use spray adhesive? It says strong permanent bond, extended open tack time, smooth non-wrinkling adhesion, ideal for bonding lightweight materials and acid-free. That sounds like it could work, doesn't it? But what kind of a mess will it make for the surrounding areas? Well, I certainly don't want spray adhesive all over my computer spray, and I don't want to, probably shouldn't even spray this in the house, and I'm damn sure not spraying it outside. I can tell you that much right now. Eat too hot. Vapors may cause flash fires. I was going to wear my mask, but I don't think. Do I have a Zyron? I do. Yeah, and I was going to wear a mask, Jean, but I'm reading this again. All right, overtake time, no bleed through. Used for layouts, paper craft, scrapbook, cardboard, fabric, balsa wood, felt, photos, decoupage, wrapping paper, tissue paper will adhere lightweight materials to heavier like wood. So that sounds like it's the perfect thing. Yes, they are a lovely bunch, Helen. Okay, so do I go back to the old sloppy matte medium? You know what? I might just take this one, suffer the temperatures, and see what I come up with. That's a good idea, Rihanna, to spray it in a box. I mean, I could protect with the area right here with this newsprint and wear my mask. And it's small. It's not like I want to be... Matte medium on a jelly plate. I mean, put it on the jelly plate and then print these to it and pull it off. I don't know that I get a thick enough layer. If I did it that, if that's what you even mean, April. I think if I was using more regular paper, that would work better, April. But the Yupo is a little bit thicker and slipperier, and I think I put a layer of Kmart on here already. But if I didn't, I wouldn't want to slip and get any on front of this. All right, you know what? Less yakking and more work in here. Let's get this. Let's do something even if it's wrong. All right, I'm going to put this. Cover up some rose gold watercolor pans back here I made. Get my drink out of the way. And I'm just going to take one little mini squirt of this and see if it's I'm going to cover up my computer too, though. Let's do this to get that over the watercolors. And where's my mask? All right, I'm going to sound muffled. Going under the mask. Yeah, that's what I've done in the past, Debbie, but I found that one of the ones that I did, I got an air bubble come up underneath of the picture. Months after I did it, I was going, I have it hanging upstairs. I walked by it, and I thought, what the heck is that? I looked and I thought, ah, crap. It's about the size of like the tip of my finger of an air bubble that came up, that buckled. Now, you wouldn't think that would do that after it was, one time that it was flat. All right, so I want to spray the board first, I think. I have an exhaust fan down here too. But we'll see if with the first squirt, I'll decide if I'm going to continue or not. Because if it's going to be a big, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. We'll go back to the gel medium. I'd be willing to bet that everybody that uses this stuff for scrapbooking doesn't take everything outside for every little squirt. Yeah, I am going to spray both, Jean. Spray both sides. All right. I'm not talking much because I'm thinking. Open tack time. Work with me. Oh, hell. That ain't coming off of there. That's not good. Not good. Gosh darn it. And I can fix that with an X-Acto knife upside down. But man, this stuff is, wow. This one may be. Yeah. Not a fan. No, it said open. It said it had a long open, extended open tack time is what it says. Not so much. Not so much. Yeah, see where that's off the edge there? I'm not happy. And it's a little off the edge over here. Not happy about that. And she's on there now, so I might as well just piece of deli. I guess I can take my mask off now. My mask, my glasses. Whew. I want a piece of deli. And even through my mask, that's pretty strong smelling stuff. Oop, and there's a little bit. Oh, hell, that came out. That squeezed out on here. Yeah, I think this one is maybe a sacrificial piece. Yeah, yeah. Paula would give you hell. So I'm going to let this sit. Tag on it. I can't believe that got on the bottom here. Let me see if this might be a big mistake. Yeah, that's taking it right off. Taking the paint off and everything, even with the Kmart varnish on there. Alrighty, not a fan. All right, that's one for the bin. Hey, Topaz. Yeah, that kind of pisses me off. I could put some sort of an embellishment or something and let it hang off of the, like some kind of 3D little bit or a metal piece. Or can we outsmart the boo-boo? Probably not, but let me have a little look-see it. Just a quick look and see what I got here. There's all kind of stuff I could stick on there, but all right. While I'm pissed off, let's just set that on the side. And let's get rid of all this stuff that's now goobered up. Yeah, maybe so, Deb. Maybe add some corrugate on there. So now, hang on, what the hell is on my glasses? Oh, Jesus. I bet you I got adhesive mist on my glasses. Are you freaking kidding me? Luckily, these are my old glasses. Yeah, stick to the gel medium. No kidding. Well, that sort of came off. I'll wash them better when I get upstairs. Oh, Jesus, they're all smeared up, which drives me batty. Okay, back to the old-fashioned way. Gel medium. Oh no, this piece is messed up too. Yeah, baby might work. So we're telling it like it is here, April. I like to show the mistakes too. I've been poo-pooed before about people saying, your videos are too long. I don't need to see you screw up. I want to see how to do it. Well, sometimes how to do it, screw it up. And then try to show you how to fix it if I can, but can't always do that. And that's just real life. So for those who want an edited down, oh hell, that's worse. An edited down 5-minute video, you're going to have to find another channel, sister. Sister or mister? I hate editing the videos. I haven't done that for years because of that same reason. See, Kathy? Thanks for popping in. All right. I need the brush. And let's try this again, shall we? Yeah, I mean, the majority of people tell me that they like having the longer minute blow by blow. You know, do you see, like in real life, what you're going to do when you try to do it when you sit down? I mean, the 5-minute perfection videos have their place, right? But most of us can't sit down and repeat that, what they're doing. Almost all of you can screw up like I do. So, you know, that's why they're all different. Everybody likes something different. I'm an acquired taste. I don't expect everybody to like me. And quite frankly, there's some that I wish that don't need to like me. A nice thin layer on there. I just do what I do, Shauna, and you know, watch me, don't watch me. It's, you know, that's the viewer's choice. But you know what kills me though is that somebody will take the time to leave a nasty comment or you know, give you a thumbs down or whatever. I can tell you I watch tons of YouTube videos. Some are really pretty bad. I've never once left a nasty comment or left a thumbs down. Because it's somebody taking their time and it's free to you, no sweat off your teeth, you know, to watch or not watch. But I think it's just a mean-spirited thing to do. But that's just me. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's what I do and what I don't do. Oh, hell, I moved it. All right, I'm overlapping a little bit because I don't want to have to try to get right up against the painted pieces. Right, if you're not making mistakes, you're not learning. That's a good one. I mean, that is the best way to learn, really. I mean, if everybody did everything perfect, who'd need to do any of this? I mean, I'm not telling anybody how to do something. I'm just showing you how I do it. And how I screw up. Might be different from how you screw up. Let me just put this on here. Get this over here. Yeah, right. Just move on. Nobody's holding a gun to your head to watch something you don't want to watch or you think's terrible. Just gather you and your small little life up and move on. Even if I wanted to leave a nasty comment, I mean, who's got time to think of what you want to say and type it? And, you know, I don't know. I'm just weird that way, but that's all right. Oh, hell, I didn't type. Yeah. See, running my yap. I don't have it on here. Now watch it dry on the paper. Oh. All right, I'm not watching the chat right now because I'm trying to get this all around the edges and get a nice kind of even layer on there before this dries. Arr. All right, give it a little. Yeah, I know, Debbie. That's true. Because I look at that and it's like everybody that's bitching and complaining the most never made a video. Don't have a clue what it takes to edit one. Not that I edit one, or the time that it takes to do a 3-hour stream and get it uploaded and all that good stuff. They're clueless, basically. And pitiful, but yeah. What am I going to do? You just laugh and move on. That's what I do. Got this damn glue boogers on my fingers now. All right, now that's my little skewer. Trying to keep the corrugate humps, but still want to put a little pressure on it. So I kind of lay this in between in the little valleys and give it a little light push to make sure it's making contact. And try to maintain my humps. Thanks, April. So, guys, for you that don't know, April, a little creative, she has an Etsy shop, and she's in Poland right now, and hopefully we'll bring back more of Polish watercolors that she'll have in her shop. And she sent me a full set actually to demo. I just haven't had a chance to, and probably won't to give it a fair shot until after our art retreat end of this month. All right. I'm going to have to sit up and dry a little bit. But this is a much clearer picture than Ustream. I got to give them that. And the colors are more true. This is not backwards again. It's not an exact replica. Backwards of the colors, but they're a lot closer than they were coming across on Ustream. Not that I'm bitter. Trying to get you close up. There we go. Oh, almost focuses. There you go. That gauze looks like it's 3D, but it's not. Come on. Focus for mama. There you go. Now let's see if I can get it to move the right way. Trying to get you to see that little bit over there. And where it's darker here with the gauze is pretty cool looking. Gosh, going backwards, it's really hard to get it in there. All right. There's that one. So I know. I was just reading Jean's comment about she had somebody hate her saying it was a waste of her time watching her video getting ready to jelly print. I'm in jail or censored. You are, Debbie? I didn't put you there. And I don't know how to tell that you are. You don't look any different in chat. I don't know. Is there something I can do to break you out? Hide user, put user in timeout. I didn't do that. I didn't do anything. Comments, is it really 3 hours? Oh, okay. Their character limit exceeded. Oh. This is all new to me, so I'm trying to figure it out as I go. Excuse me. All right. Let's set this aside. So here's how it would have looked. Could I have used both of these for a set without screwing this one up? All right. I like how I had the dark down here on this one and up here on this one, right? Kind of opposite corners. You know, maybe there's a way I can patch that up. I don't know. Anyway, Patty, is the gauze encapsulated? No, I just lay the gauze on the paint when it's wet. And let it dry and then peel it off. Thank you. All right, I got to get rid of these paint boogers. I'll be right back. Okay, April, take care. I know it's late there. Enjoy your visit. I'll be right back, guys. So now I'm deciding, what time is it? 5:44. I don't even know what time I got on. Is there a clock? Oh, there we go. Hour and 26 minutes. Look at that handy little clock they have there. So I think I was going to make some more. Well, I might as well do that because I need to get that done for the, I have that little mini art retreat coming up the end of the month. And I mulled some of this rose gold the other day that I'm doing for some giveaways. And I need to do, I think I want to do a few of the lagoon too. So let me get, I should have got my Muller when I was over there, over by the sink where I washed it off. Okay. I was able to, I talked to Kramer in New York, and we have a small group of the ladies when we get finished my little art retreat. Did you say, oh, mini art retreat? Don't think you can call it that either. Well, I think art retreats is like Create and all those where they have hundreds of people. I have 29, including myself. It's a mini, and I don't really call it a retreat. It's more of a gathering. You know, it's just not a retreat. I think of like when I went to Jody Ole and Gene Kessler's Remy retreat. That is that's a retreat where you're pampered and taken care of. They carry your luggage. I'm not carrying your luggage, people. Can't do it. Yeah, this is a creamer pigment. It's Pearl Luster Magic Pacific Lagoon. Okay, and we're backwards because the camera's back. Oh my God, I got to get that fixed. That's so annoying. And I don't. Oh! Stop it. No wonder it can't focus. I can't keep my damn hand still because I can't find the sweet spot. Trying to find the number on the. There's the number. That's the number that you want. Oh, Jesus. Trying to go slowly so it stays focused, and it won't. There you go. Whew, that's what it is. Okay, and that's what. Well. Oh, jeez, I almost dumped them in the trash. Holy mama. I need my medium. And here's the first Muller I bought. I know, Joan. This is the first Muller I bought. It was a small one. I think I'm just going to make stuff for myself. I can just be small. It's a little small. It's a little hard to handle. You know, it's tiny. So I looked at them online. And I thought, I better get the large one. There's the large one. It's heavy, and I can hardly handle it. I'm going to see if I can trade it in for the medium when I go up there. Probably not since I used it, but I'll ask. My other left. Oh my God, it's murder. I'm telling you, this thing. All right, let's get cracking here because we're going to go. I cut up a bunch of vegetables and some little sausage bits and onions. And what do we have? Brussels sprouts, potatoes, mushrooms, onions, carrots. Seems like there was something else in there. And drizzled it with some olive oil and cut some of my fresh rosemary that I'm growing up in it. And a little bit of garlic, a little bit of ginger. Dave wanted in there for some reason. I think because it was in the refrigerator. And he's probably got them on the grill now. And then he's got a couple steaks he's going to throw on there, I believe. He can still fight his way to the grill. Okay, I'm going to sound a little muffled because I got my, and my glasses are fogging up. So, anyway, we're going to Creamer after my little art retreat. And take a class for learning how to make your own watercolors, which seems out of order. Can you guys see in the pigment in the lid there? It's changing because that curve, you can see the purple and the, well, I can here. You can see the purple and the turquoise as it catches the light differently. Even the lid's pretty. All right, so now I want, where's my little, there it is, right in front of me. I watched a couple people online do this, and everybody kind of has a different technique, but I'm just going to make a little puddle there and put some of the medium in. And I might need to add a little more. Yeah, isn't that mean? I won't carry Joan's luggage. Joan's I would carry. The rest of them, they're on their own. Where's my distilled water? Here it is. I'll spray a bit of that at some point. And I'm just going to kind of cut this in. Some of the pigments use more medium than the other ones. And this is a real powdery one. Some of them are more granulated. See, that needs a lot more medium. Some of them are more gritty. This one's like baby powder. Good night, Rihanna. Stay warm as I say that you come visit here. It's 105 Fahrenheit. Yeah, I guess that would be bad if it was centigrade. I think we'd be boiling. Still might need more of that. That's pretty pasty still. It's funny how this medium, you think you get it ground in there pretty good, and it just surfaces. See if you guys can see that. It just like surfaces back out of the, see that wet puddle on top? It just kind of separates and pulls up through there, which I guess is which I guess is the reason why it gets mold. To try to incorporate that, I'm going to spray it with a little water, distilled water. And let's just start trying to mull it and see what happens. And it's funny, when Xander was here this weekend, we came down and mulled some stuff, pigments that she brought, and some of them like escaped from underneath the muller a lot easier than some of them did. One we did, like nothing came out on these edges. It all stayed. It was weird how they act differently. It's like you can't get more than a couple squirts, a couple circles of the muller going around, and you have everything's outside of, it's not underneath it anymore. You got to stop and do all this stuff. Hopefully I'll learn the proper way when I go there. All right. I got to get a better setup too, because this is really slippery on this. Whew, I got to take the mask off now that it's kind of mud and not airborne. See how it's like all out from underneath of this again already? Get under there. And some make it stick with a suction that you can't hardly pick the darn thing up. It just keeps separating and separating and separating. But even though it does that, when it sets up in the pan, it's perfect. Works perfectly. So I don't know. That's typical. I've been watching Otto Kano a lot. On YouTube, and she's into mulling stuff, and she's got a much bigger surface, but she really, and a smaller muller even, and this one's just really cumbersome. But hers get really smooth and just cover the whole surface evenly. So I don't know if it's me. I'm guessing it is. I don't know. Wonder if I need just a little bit more pigment in there. Maybe the ratio, it's too wet, maybe? Let's assume that. Put just a teeny tiny little bit more in there on this wet surface. Wish Kramer would open a DFW store. A DFW store. What am I missing there? Now look, that hardened it up again. What's it? Oh, Dallas Fort Worth. Right? Yeah, I think as far as I know, they're in Germany and New York City. Hey, Luscious. Good Lord. That is such suction on there. I can lift the whole thing. Sheesh. Debbie, do you have trouble with certain pigments when you do your mulling? I might just call this batch done because I don't see any changes happening here. I'm going to get some pans. Wouldn't that be nice? No mower yet. They will behave differently due to property differences. Yeah, I know. I know they do. It's really weird how different some of them are. What did I start to get? Oh, pans. Pans, pans, pans. Doing little giveaways for the door prize pile from Art Retreat. It's not a retreat. I like to put it on the back of the knife and kind of push it in so there's no air pockets down there. And there you go. There's a full half pan of that one. And see that moisture, that liquid comes right up to the surface there. Medium pans to create one of these magical pans. Oh, I wonder how they'll grind up. Should be fine though, right? I mean, I've done some of the color art, the Leslie's primary elements. Tell you, my brain not so good lately. I did notice they act a little bit differently depending on the medium. The Schminke medium made them a little bit sticky. The Muller, this is the glass Muller. It's got a rough surface on the bottom, and I etched this glass so it's got a rough surface. And basically, you're just grinding the pigment. You're not making the pigment smaller. You're just trying to combine the medium into the pigments in a nice, smooth application. And this isn't a very good example of that, but I think it's the pigment. Actually, I've got a little bit more here than 3, but I was low. And I used it this morning or earlier today when I colored that corrugate with it in my pan set. So I'll just add it into this full pan. And it won't make it full, but it'll make it fuller. Because I don't want to waste a molecule of you, little rascal. There we go. Now I don't want to dump this back out. There we go. I got it snapped in. Okay. I'm going to let that sit out here to dry. Ugh. And what time is it now? 6 o'clock. Yeah, I read somewhere that doing this doesn't make the pigment grind any smaller. It just is to incorporate the pigment in the binder better. I'm going to try to whip up one more little batch here. And then call it a night. Go upstairs with my hubby. And we were coming home. I was out with one of my girlfriends, and she had her sister-in-law visiting from Seattle, and we went to dinner last night. And we were coming home, and we could see, when we came across this bridge that connects where I grew up to this side of the Tapsco River, near the bay, the Chesapeake, we could see like maybe 4 different areas of fireworks going off at the same time. And I love fireworks, but it was the third. Then we got over towards our house, and there was this field that's usually just a field, and there were all these cars in there, and I thought, what in the hell's going on? And then all these cops were around, and then I realized it was just crowd control for the fireworks displays. And Dave was saying they thinks they just do them, a couple nights, so everybody's got a chance to get out and go see them in person. At different places, give different, areas different opportunities, I guess. I don't know. But I imagine there'll be some big boom booms tonight around here. Usually at Fort Meade is pretty close as the crow flies, and they do a big display there. And Babe is not a fan, I can tell you that much. Oh no. She will be fighting to get on my lap or crawl underneath the Dave. Oakley could give a crap. Like, what was that? Did I hear something? I don't know. I don't care. Okay. I used to go down to DC and see them in person every year. That's incredible. I love fireworks, but that is an incredible display. And we'd sit right at the foot of the Washington Monument, and you would just feel like your guts are being rattled, especially when they do the grand finale. And that's showing amnesia. Hi, Brenda, if you can hear me. I'll try to keep her busy. But we would take wet washcloths and put them in Ziploc baggies in a cooler. And when we left there, before we get back in the car, we'd take them out and wipe down, because we would have ash all over us from where we sat, like pretty much first row. And I mean, they have it on TV every year, but man, I'll tell you, there's nothing like seeing it in person and you feel it. I mean, you don't just see it, you feel it. It's crazy, the power. And some of them are so intricate that they can do now. It's really cool. When we grew up, my mom still lives on the water off the bay. And it's a country club across the creek from their mom and dad's house. And every 4th of July, it was owned by Bethlehem Steel. And Bethlehem Steel would put on this extravagant fireworks display, because their country club was a perk for their executives. It was privately owned at the time. And we could sit in the backyard, and they just went right over the creek over our head. The creek would fill up with boats, and they'd all blow their horns when they were done to thank them. And it was really cool. As a kid, I liked 4th of July better than Christmas. We'd have like 5 or 6 houses in a row on the waterfront would have like one giant party, and the yard would just fill up with people coming from houses back off the water with blankets, and our yard would be like no grass. It would be blanket to blanket with all these people coming to get close enough to get a front row seat at the fireworks display. It was really fun. Maybe that's why I like them so much. That was a good memory when we were kids. Hey, River City. Well, for sure on YouTube, I'm seeing some new names, so that's kind of cool. It did seem to, didn't it, Debbie? And I don't know if it was the ratio that I had or what, or if I just got enough of the pigment in the rough of the glass that it cushioned it a little bit, you know. Hell, I don't know. Now it's stuck again. But see how that's squidged out of there again? Like I'm just chasing it all the time. Well, I don't think it's dirty. It's just the same pigment. It gets on the like when I can scrape. This is a pretty good scraper, and you can't get it all off there. But when you take it underwater, it just washes completely off right away. It's not like it's hard to scrub off of there. It comes off right away. All right, I'm going to give it one more go. Then we're going to pop those up and call it a day. Yeah, right. I understand that. That's maybe so. Maybe that's the cushion in there. Maybe I need to make a sacrificial batch. And these metallic pigments, I've only ever seen Otto. I'm not sure how she says that. Do like more standard pigment, ultramarine and pyrrole orange and stuff like that. Not these metallics and shimmers and pearls, and that might have something to do with the difference as well. But I was surprised. She said she did not like the creamer pigment, that when she did a batch of ultramarine blue, it was like liquid watercolor. I don't know if she just used too much or if she got a bad batch or something, because I like this creamer pigment way better than I like Schminke. And I think she's using the Schminke and adding a little honey to it last time I saw her do it. And but the Schminke, when I've done that with these metallic pigments, it they stay sticky. Like they never really dry. And even when you paint with them, I painted some on Yupo, and the Yupo paper was real sticky. And that was just their straight. I didn't add anything to it. That was just their straight pigment. Yeah, that's a little smoother, actually. Where is he? Crazy. I don't know how many that's going to make. I need to get some more pans. Yeah, I'm all about the shiny stuff. Oh, crap. Pay attention to what you're doing. Oh, hell. Knocked it to my own hand twice. Oh, hello. And I like to grab it on the back of my palette knife and scrape it in so I can push it down like that and try to let gravity help me fill that in there. So now I got 4 of those. This will be maybe 5 and 6 here. We had some pretty severe weather last night. I don't know if anybody else did. Had thunderstorms. They had on the water. There was a warning for the bay for small craft, but they said they were having wind gusts that could capsize boats and could blow people out of their boats. And my brother was out on the water with a friend watching fireworks down the bay. And he's got a lot of experience in the water. I wasn't so much worried about that, but just give him a heads up for the rough ride he had in store home. And by the time he saw my message, he was already back up in the creek where they were going to dock and had shoot, that's not a full half pan. Darn it. I wonder if I can scrape this into this pan. without losing too much of it. That wasn't too smart. I'm yakking and not watching what the hell I'm doing. So he was fine. They were already where they were going back to the dock and at the bar. So that was all good, but I didn't hear of any reports of anything being capsized, but I also really didn't catch the news today, to be honest. Usually I'd see something on Facebook locally about it if something happened, God forbid. All right, I'm going to wash that out. Now I got another full pan in there. And do I have room to knock this into something? I hate to waste even a little molecule of that. So let me show you real quick what this stuff looks like for those of you who don't know. I had a black piece of paper. Where the hell did I put it? Here we go. This is just bond paper. So let me get a little brush. That's got matte medium in it. I don't want to use that. Let's use this one. Let's see if I can get enough off of here. This is a really thin layer on this pan. Let me try to get some on there. Run it down here a little bit. All right. So can you see some of that, some of the purple in there? It color shifts. And when it dries, it'll look even brighter than that. But it goes from like a really gorgeous turquoise to purple. And it's like a bluish pops out of there sometimes. But you can really see it when it dries. I'll let that sit there for a minute. And while I get my stuff together here. Yeah, it's really cool. That's, of course, one of my favorites, given my palette preferences. I can put this away. I'll put this away. Jean, I'll never hear the end of it if you do. Want to make your own. I wouldn't myself. I mean, it's a lot of work to do it. And I wouldn't do, did somebody ask what it is? What color is that? It is by Creamer, and it's called Pearl Luster Magic Pacific Lagoon. No. This thing will drive me crazy. Well, that's really what it is. Oh, this thing backwards. I got to get that app and load it, Jane. It's going to drive me to drink, possibly. Really? Come on. Work with. There you go. Whoops, almost. I speak too soon. Anyway, you'll have to trust me. And that's the number, 50659 on the Creamer site. Now, the Creamer site, I'll check them out, Jean. Thanks. The Creamer site, in my opinion, is difficult to navigate. You'll find over in the left-hand navigator bar, there's it's called ready-made watercolors, and that's like their pre-mixed palettes that they sell. This isn't one. These I bought myself and made myself. This side was one of the pearlescent palettes that I bought as a set, but I put it in all in one box. That's where you'll find those boxes and individual pans of the standard watercolors and some of the metallics, because I bought these gold and silvers and stuff separate. And then under pigments, there's a pigment heading, and then go under pigments, there's a bunch of different choices. And if you drill down far enough, you'll find metallic, pearlescent, I think they're called. I think they call them pearlescent. I need that this row golden. Oh, row here. I'll show you right here, Deb. Hang on. You don't have to go research. I will help you, my friend. So this, it was in a bag, and I didn't like the bag, so I put it in here and wrote it. But this one was called Satin Silver 500008. Right? But now it's not called Satin Silver. It's called something else. But they said as long as the number's the same, it's the same pigment. But sometimes they get them with different numbers. Now these came in jars, which I prefer. This is only, it's 100 grams, but it's only like half full with the weight, but it's kind of bulky. But this one is the bronze, Calibri Bronze 50300 is the number. Where is it? I'm trying to read the chat and put this up in the, jeez Louise. There you go. 5300. I shouldn't say it like that. 50300. And it's just not going to focus, but that's what it's called. Isn't that a pain in the ass? Oop, I said ass. Got him? All right, girl. Okay, now this is getting drier. Let's see if you can pick up that purple. It's really purple for me here in person. And it really is hard to get this. Because Xandra was looking at it saying, oh my God, that really is purple when she was here. And here, kind of flipping back, you can kind of see it change. Anyway, you're just going to have to trust me that this is scrumptious. There you can kind of start to see the purples falling through there. Damn it, backwards thing. There you go. Anyway, you get the idea. So, well, it's, who said something about the price? So they have all different size jars and weights. Like this is a 10-gram jar. And I want to say these are, depending on the pigment, are in the teens. And the 50, this is 50. But this was more. This was maybe $60 for this one. The bronze, even though it's bigger, was cheaper, and I don't remember how much. This is the 100-gram, and I want to say this was 20 something. I don't know, but yeah. So that's what I know. All right, guys. Oh, let me show you this. Is this one of them? Hang on. Oh, no, I think I threw them all out. All the ones that I mixed up with that Schminke medium I used in the primary elements, they were so sticky, but I wouldn't even use them anymore, so I think I chucked them all. Here, this is one that I blended with it, I think. But see how wet and sticky that looks? And it is sticky, like it's sticking to my finger, right? See my fingerprint in it now? It's evidence. Yeah, $100 a month is the cheapest Ustream option to use their service. It's not going to work for me. Yeah, and the creamer medium has honey and gum arabic, honey, and glycerin in it. Yupo paper is it's basically plastic. It's really hard to tear. It's shiny. It's non-porous. It acts completely different with watercolors than watercolor paper. You know, they get the rag watercolor paper. It absorbs the watercolor and pulls it into the fibers of the paper. Yupo, it sits right up on top of it, and you just have to let it air dry. But that's how these, well, let me show you this. I have this handy. These things that I was putting together. This is watercolor and Yupo. And see the movement that's in there, and it's slick. There's no, well, that's not slick there. I put gauze in there, but when you can see, it's just where it's just the watercolor. It's there's no texture to the paper. It's slick. Yeah, a lot of people commented, Jonah, and said they liked my pores, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, "Oh yeah, they think I'm pouring." I guess we're looking at the thumbnail and didn't really look. But yeah, that's about dry now. I could just sit here and look at this thing, or cut off a hunk and eat it, one way or the other. I don't know. That is yummalicious. Okay, kids, I'm going to let you go. And happy 4th to those in the U.S. of A. And happy Wednesday or Thursday, wherever you are. And I'll catch you next time. I'm going to go clean up and go help my hubby fix up get dinner wrapped up. Bye, guys. And thanks for the help. I don't think Peg's on here. Jean, Debbie, thanks for the help. I hope they don't ever go for YouTube charging us, Jean. That'll be not good. Well, let's send it a high note. I love you, YouTube. Bye. Oh, thanks, Jean. I'll look at that. I'll look at that later and see about that. You know, it rings a bell. I think you might have told me about that some years ago. I don't remember, but I'll go look. I'll go check it out. Night, Joan. Night, Dorothy. Night, everybody. Sandy, Shauna, whoever else is still here with me. I appreciate you hanging out. Bye for real.